So what we're going to do today is try and figure out how to get a Skyline R32/S13 Speedo cable end to work on a Speedhut Speedbox Speedo cable. So here are my dash clocks from my C33 Laurel, which is the same thing as the Skyline. There is the original Skyline cable, which is just a push fit into the back of there, and that is held on snugly. So if I get a drill and put the end that would be driven by the gearbox into the drill, what this will do is, if I turn it anti-clockwise, that will turn your speedo as it would in the car. But the issue we have is that this end does not actually come on these cables. So what I've got here is a Datsun Speedhut cable, straight from Speedhut. It's the Datsun thread-on M16x1.5. So this cable is the same square spline that works in the Laurel clocks. So if I put this into the back of the Laurel clocks, put the end into the back of the Laurel clocks, that squeezes into there, and I get the same drill. Where is the drill? That also turns it. So that means that this is the right cable end. It just needs to have the right threaded end, which we are going to try and figure out how to do. So what I've done now is I've just cut that off there. We don't need that anymore. And there's a little nib here. We'll see what happens next, but let's get the original cable end off and see how that goes. I've got the original Nissan cable clamped in the vise here. I've got to get this end off. Now it's got loads of little dimples here, so I'm going to guess, because I haven't done this, I'm going to drill them out and see if this end all slides off. And if it all slides off, then happy days, we can then compare the two cables. I have noticed that this original end is kind of flush with the inner of this collar here, so I'll aim for when I put the new cable together to end up with that. So I've drilled around all this, and let's just see, is this going to come off? I don't think so. No, got it off. I had to chew it all the way up because it was a nightmare. That's the end bit that always breaks. There's the original cable, and this bit I've just got to get off. So what we need to do now is make sure that this goes onto the new one in the right place. So what I've done now is I've just reassembled it the way it was. The long metal bit, I slid down until that bit there was just about level as the old plastic one was. Then slid this up. This collar is just a hard push fitting, which is slipped down a little bit, but that sits a few mil further up, and that just holds it all together. I'm going to clamp this, give it some pressure, probably put some super glue around it, clamp this, put some super glue around it, and that should all be. So now we're back with our cable, which has got its original mechanism working. I had to glue it, clamp it, because this wouldn't stay where it was supposed to stay because it's press fit, but that all lines up nicely. So now this will go into the back of the dash clocks as if it were in the dash. When you put the end of it into the drill, tilt it forwards, give it a spin. There we are. That all works nicely, and it sits just as it should, standard.